Good morning. I'm here commentating a match between Jerrydot and Counto for Nocturne Mix. The same round as the one I just played. Then this feeds in. This is in my half of the bracket, so I could potentially play one of these people in the semifinals. I'm not really sure that I've ever played either Jerrydot or Counto. They left the table. I don't think they need a new table, but that's okay. No, I'm not allowed to join. Okay. Well, in any case. Alright, we have the table now. I think Jerrydot's the higher seed, so he should go first in the first game today. The Jerrydot was the player who had the highest strength of schedule by quite a bit. You can see he got third, but he had something smart, and he had I think Crabcat too. Yeah. So he played both. Basically, he gave the losses that Crabcat and Something Smart have. So that's why his strength of schedule is so high. But anyway, yeah. So he definitely earned his spot in the playoffs. Looks like they've rolled the board. We'll see if they remember. Yep, they got the player order. So everything's good to go. And now it doesn't matter so much if they remember spec chat or not, since they can fix it in the game. Here we go. As per usual for the Nocturne mix, we got a lot of things on the board, a lot of extra piles. We've got quite a number of extra piles here. So yeah, I guess the draw is a little weak, but there's a lot of it, so it should all work out fine. It's lab style draw, so sometimes a little weaker, but it'll all work here. Archive and Den, and then some amount of imps, I suppose. You're not going to have a bunch of horses from scrap, but you will probably have some. You might be able to use Market Square some here with scrap. I don't know. I don't know how hard you want to go for something like that, but there's definitely some amount of that you can do. On the 3-4, yeah, I like a scrap opening. I don't know you pair it with. I guess if you really wanted to, you could go Market Square scrap. Or you could do double scrap. I don't know. Vampire looks pretty good. Gaining archives and dens will be really nice. Knights potentially. I guess Knights probably come into it, but I don't know. I don't think Knights are probably fine here. Sylvia's good enough that someone might get into the pile, and then we may just see the Knights go. But I don't know, they don't look super critical, just because there are enough gains that you can kind of fight the Knight stuff to some degree. Alright, so we have scrap, scrap, and then a gladiator, which I'm not. Collision is fine, probably. You just can't trip the estate if you collide them, but anyway, I think I do like a silver better than a gladiator, though I don't know that I like either one as that much of the opening. Jerrydot is the one with the gladiator, so like normally you would want to just do card coin here like pretty easily, but now there's some risk of drawing the gladiator dead, but I think you still just do card coin. Like if it were Counto's hand, it would be like trivial. You'd, well, I mean, not trivial, it'd depend on the rest of the hand, but in a similar hand it would be, right? So now he's just getting silver horse, which is fine too, but not as exciting. So if he gets a hit here on the gladiator, he has a really nice shuffle, but otherwise the shuffle is a little bit sadder because of I think in part because of gladiator, just because I think it probably influenced his decision to not go card coin there. Counto falls on gladiator, which I don't know, to me it's okay, but it doesn't seem that important. So like here he does get blocked, so I think you just take a blessed village. Seems not too hard to me. Yeah, okay. Not the best boon for this particular board, given that he gained a silver off the horse already. I think if he hadn't done that, then it would be pretty okay, but it's not maybe the thing you really want. These are coppers left on counto, so he can go like card horse and buy a 5, which is what I believe he should do. Buy a vampire. Since he had 3 on his turn 3, he can go card horse, or should go card horse and buy a 5. I mean, I wouldn't be like super mad if you didn't buy a vampire. There's some other 5s that it's reasonable to take, but okay. So he did do the right scrap picks, in my opinion. Someone's gonna take shrine probably before I'm happy about it, but so be it. I mean, it can be not that bad if you are the one who's trashed, but if you're not trashed very well, it could be kind of sad, and it'll be a little bit before they have much deck control. Like counto, I guess here could card coin. The only thing he can draw dead is the gladiator. So I think that's what I would do. I mean, you can also just do like, if you wanted to not buy it, try for a 5, you can also just cantrip it. That's pretty bad too, actually. I think you don't worry too much about drawing gladiator. You go card and then some other bonus, whatever it is. I would probably do coin, but I don't think I would live in fear of drawing the gladiator. Gets by, so that indicates going for the shrine, which I dislike. Like it pretty clearly indicates going for the shrine. Gotta click away the boons. When I'm just talking, I don't remember to, I don't always have hand on mouse to point at stuff, click boons away. Yeah. That's, that seems so much worse to me than giving yourself a shot at buying a 5. Like, just way worse. He will get a gladiator hit, but it doesn't matter. This should be a vampire for Den by another vampire, I think. I think counto looks ahead to me pretty clearly. This is actually a pretty bad Sun's Gift to get. Den will help a little bit. He should like toss basically everything, because you really want to trigger the next shuffle on a Den. I mean, the next hand is like scrap, curse, coppers, something like that. You want that to miss the next shuffle, so you should for sure discard enough such that, which I guess discarding 2 is enough, assuming you get a Den. But tossing the silver looks pretty reasonable to me as well. I guess there's another silver in there. It's like silver curse. Not two. Well, not getting just one. Silver blessed, curse, copper, scrap, something like that. Got to keep it secret that you had a copper in hand. Just buy another vampire. Yep, I agree. Get it Den. If you don't get the Den, it's like the other thing you might have wanted to toss the Blessed Village so that it was in the next shuffle, maybe. Not totally clear to me, but this should be good. Oh, there's another estate in there. Okay, that's nicer than silver. You get a good scrap target. Counto just looks way ahead to me. Scrap Blessed Village is not inspiring at all. I mean, obviously he didn't know it's on top, but like play Blessed Village, scrap estate looks way better. This is just like, this gift's not that good. I guess it helps here. It gets him to 5. That's nice. This is like, again, an easy scrap card horse. There's not more actions in there, so you don't need to save an action or anything. Basically just trying to cycle around to play your gainers and trashers, and then you're going to get out ahead. Eventually he can pick up a market square. But just pretty much miles ahead here, because this is at least 1 Den gain depending on if he draws. Now you can gladiator either bat or curse, and they're both hits. You still get 2 trashes with bat, and you can buy a 5. It should just be a Den. I think there's he's super far ahead. If he plays it cleanly from here out, he just like can't really lose. This will be a nice shuffle to trigger too. I mean, I guess there's a vampire. That's the only kind of sad thing about it, but. I don't think at this point in the game you'll probably ever touch a tormentor, because you'll never get an imp off it. I don't think the hexes are worth it. And that's a pretty good famine hit, I guess. See what counto gets to. He does get the vampire. I think I just like doubled in. Kind of click the boon away. I think I like doubled in. You can you still have 2 vampires, so, or another vampire, so the next turn you get to play it probably, and eventually you may draw enough that you can get buy off a scrap play on like silver or something, and buy the market square in a 5, or market square in a blessed village or something. Envious might be a pretty good hit. No, I'm not ready for Sylvia. It could work out fine, but I just prefer the dens for sure. What I'm most afraid of here is that Jerrydot activates both market squares here. I think he's probably better off playing at least one of them. Well, I think for sure one of them, just to move around the deck, move through the deck a little bit more. This turn, I mean, I was talking about counto being like way ahead, and I think he was, but I don't know if I'm not a fan of the Sylvia. We'll see what it hits, but it seems really not the time to put it in to me. Jerrydot can get a guaranteed bad hit. This has got to be card action, right, if you're doing this. Yeah, he activated both for some reason. Okay, maybe he's holding back on one of them. I mean, I agree with that. I don't even know that I would activate either of them, but that was sort of a weird. This is all quite weird because the bat is a guaranteed hit. I hate this. I don't like that at all. The only trash one card, get another gold, the fortune buy, I don't like any of it. Counto should just scrap the gladiator or Sylvia, to be honest. This is why the dents look so much nicer. If you're drawing 2 cards instead of having that Sylvia in hand, your bat play is good. You might find that a better chance of finding the Blessed Village. This was a really unfortunate draw for counto. Like, for sure, this was unlikely and not good luck, but part of that was just the gains they made their last turn. I didn't really take, I think, horse, card action horse, yeah. Play Sylvia. See, the thing is, you're not even getting to 3 because you're gonna play the bat. Market Square hits okay. So I would even here be like, go ahead and take 3 dens, or take the 3rd den for this turn. To be honest, he's probably gonna take Molly, but I would take a den. I would just empty those things, yeah. Not a fan of the play. We'll see what we get on these night hits. I think probably they're still just beat Jerrydot here. There should be a den buy for sure. It's sad he didn't find the bat or vampire, but I'm just repeating myself that I would like to see den buys. But I would. They might take Fortune, which I would be very not happy about. Just buy another den. Please, yeah, between Gladiator and Market Square, I agree. Assemble me. That I like keeping the square better than the Gladiator. They bought Fortune, which is sort of what we expected. It's just not getting deck control here is pretty bad. You can do all these things that they're doing, but you do them after getting a little better draw, and it's just way more explosive and consistent, you know. But should still get at least one bat try. The thing is, like, the Fortune is like a silver, because you're gonna want to play bat, and then since you didn't get den, your hand size isn't gonna be big enough to, like, if you're real lucky, the Fortune might have been worth like 4 if you had Sylvia or something. But anyway, this should just be bat copper, or play silver, play Fortune, bat copper, den, gain a den. Jerrydot will, like, I mean, produce some cash this turn, but like, who cares? Doesn't do any good, any particular good. Please gain a den. Please don't gain den, Anna. Or a cobbler or a tormentor. I can accept an archive. No, I don't like the Market Square. I think you've already got buy. You already have your Fortune, and Scrap can get buy. So you just, like, you can, if you want a Market Square, you can pick it up later. The buy is better than the vampire. That can get you a den into hand right then. I mean, yeah. Did Molly hit? Okay, Molly didn't even hit. Molly will hit more, but this looks like all the right plays. I don't. What did he buy? 2 dens. Yeah, I like those buys. Counto here is gonna get some trashing, get some attacks in, but just lose the gladiator. But still too much debt to see. Like, this is a turn where you could have bought the market square. Of course, if you had gained the den, you'd have a better turn, so you wouldn't have to just buy market square. But the point holds. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of money. Jerrydot just like triple provinces right now and gains a den off vampire and plays 3. Like, that's pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have to triple, I guess, but there's some incentive for him to lower these provinces fast. And there's also, provinces are reasonably good to have in his deck as well, since they don't get hit by knights. I mean, that's not really much of a benefit, but yeah, you can. Well, he has the vampire, so he could double province and den double den. Might be a play. We'll see which one of those he goes for. Yeah, that looks that looks pretty nice. Jerrydot is gonna live and die by like fortune appearances, but Counto just didn't gain draw when he had the opportunity to, and as a result lost his lead. Jerrydot's got 4 dens coming into 8 cards. Pretty good odds of finding the fortune. And that can be I guess if you don't find the market square, then the fortune isn't. I mean, double province is okay, but not triple would be really nice. Double is pretty nice, just pretty nice. This is sort of hard. I think you scrap the bat. What? Oh, I hate this. I hate that so much. Jerrydot did get to. Okay, not quite to triple. It does have double. One den at least, yeah, a symbol. But I don't know what the other card is. Oh, never mind. He does have triple. I can't count. Yeah, I would just triple. I don't think it's worth switching the bat up at this point. I guess I guess you're worried like about the knights eating your deck up before you can finish the provinces, but counto doesn't have the draw to do that, so it's like hardly worth worrying about. So you're gonna take another Blessed Village. Blessed Villages are kind of nice as like night. You can throw them to knights and it doesn't matter because they're not doing anything for you anyway. Yeah, counto. It just looks really hard. I think Jerry can probably squeeze out a couple more provinces pretty easily, and then the points look so hard because counto like doesn't have archive. I mean, he doesn't really have a deck at all. Counto needs like the Envious, but the Envious already passed. I don't think they've shuffled them yet. Oh, Daymana, that's not helping. Just not helping you win. Okay, so like yeah, Jerrydot already has double. I don't think he's gonna top deck any of these. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the dens were neglected by counto. I don't know what else to. There were some like. I mean, I didn't. There were like a lot of choices I didn't like from both players, but I thought I put. Oh right. Okay. Let's see what they get next. That was also a good opportunity for counto to take a game as second player, but because he had a much nicer first shuffle. I think this notion of like getting deck control and then adding payload, like on a board like that, where you can get the payload very quickly using the market squares, and you can do it consistently once you have the draw. But people still have a tendency to start trying to do payload stuff before they have deck control. And you can do that to some degree, but I think a lot of times you get punished by it just by getting poor draws. Whereas if you go consistency draw first and then payload, then you don't run into those duddy turns as much. And often it just is quicker, just straight up fewer turns. Sometimes the other way is fewer turns, potentially, but anyway, here they have Curse Gold and Druid. A lot less extra piles this time. No Wisp Druid. So draw is weaker here. Still good trashing. Could try like Puka Monastery. You could also just like not play the Curse Gold. What was the other? It was like Flame and yeah. If there was like better draw, the Druid could be kind of a nice little utility card here, but I don't think there's quite draw for it. You can do I guess Ironmonger and Faithful Hound have some synergy. Though pretty weak. I mean, at the start, I'm just looking for trashing, and then I think they're enough. Well, there's not actually that great of multi-types. I was thinking Courtier is probably a thing, but really the multi-types are. It's like a bunch of cards that look like they should be multi-types, but they aren't. It's funny that heirloom cards didn't get typed. I don't know. Puka. Okay. So Jerrydot has the 5/4. He gets a Druid. I don't know. I mean, the Earth Gift is pretty nice. I'll admit to that. The Earth Gift is nice here. But nothing else is very nice. I guess this one is like whatever Field's Gift is like there, but I don't know. I might go Earth's Gift, Ironmonger, buy a Hound. I mean, buy a Monastery. Let's look at the horses. I'm not sure. I would like Jerrydot to have a Monastery, but maybe later. Anyway, there's not a lot of payload here, so I think probably you can still fit a Courtier into the deck. It just won't be super duper amazing, but it'll be solid still. Then yeah, I mean, Fairgrounds is probably gonna be a thing. Some chariot race stuff may be a thing if one person gets a lot better trashing. It definitely seems a possible thing to happen here. You can do like Hostelry, discarding Curse Golds are kind of cute. That would be. There may be some nice Hostelry plays to make on a turn where counto has the Monastery, but that also takes some hand size, which is a little hard to get without, some luck. I mean, like, if one of the estates was a monastery, he could get some pretty good trashing here this turn. One estate and one copper, at least, anyway. But he's gonna. I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. This sequence can go so bad, like if you don't get the... This sequence can go so bad here. If he doesn't, like, draw enough money with the monastery to do any extra gaining stuff. If the horses go... If the horses line up, it could be really nice. But like this is just so... And you gained a curse to do it. Just, I don't think it's the path to getting deck control. Doesn't look like it to me anyway. Yeah, like if you hit all 3 horses or whatever, and hit a puka and hostelry and drawn a million cards, and then you're able to get a hostelry and trash, you know, a bunch of cards, then it would have been cool. But this is just like, maybe next turn there's still some horses and still hostelry and puka sitting in there. On 3 here, I guess I would take silver or chariot race. Maybe druid. You're gonna need some actual money because you're like trashing coppers, but you're not. So far, you have no money. You don't really want to keep playing curse gold if you can avoid it. See, like this is pretty nice here. He can get a hostelry, 2 horses and trash curse and estate. Seems okay to me. There may be some other things you can do with playing the curse gold. I'd have to check all of them, but I'm not going to. There are some other options, but depending on exactly what you wanted to do. I guess you could flame with the druid, play the curse gold, and trash. No, that doesn't even. That only gives you 2 trashes. That's not as exciting, I don't think. Like it would let you get a 5, but you would be gaining. Yeah, it's really net. It's really only 1 trash if you're gaining the curse. 1 trash off monastery. I guess you're getting an additional trash off druid, so it breaks even that way. I guess the question then in that instance is what's better, courtier or hostelry into horses. I think that's right. So we'll see. They went with the hostelry and 2 horses, which was what I was thinking originally. I kind of am wondering though if the courtier is worth it. Counto is gonna really live or die by finding monastery on this reshuffle right now. Because, oh, see, this is why, yeah, this is rough. Like if you find the monastery, you get to trash a lot, but yeah, because now the next turn, you mean you can keep doing the horse thing, I guess. You can just keep churning out horses until you get the draw where you get a bunch of where you get to do the monastery. And maybe that's the best thing to do at this point, is just to buy hostelry and gain 3 horses. I don't know. I mean, you can also take a curse and then get another horse, but Not that exciting. Yeah, that's what he's going for, but it's the same, it's going to have the same problem forever and ever and ever. Until you get the turn where you draw with the monastery off the horse place, you're going nowhere. Because the hostelries aren't that good to have in your deck right now. They're not like doing much. I would sort of be thinking about playing the Curse Gold, but besides another druid I don't like. I don't think you need 2 druids here. This is sort of just exactly what's going to happen. And then the next turn, you have a couple horses, you play them, but you don't get to the puka. You don't. Yeah. You're just going to cycle on this problem. Over and over again. Counto bought a druid. Okay. So like Jerrydot's gonna be clean, but does need to get some kind of economy now. Which here means a courtier. I guess you could Curse Gold brings a lot of options. You could do field for one of them. You could do flame. Yeah, I think I like doing flame on an estate, then buying courtier. Should have done flame to get an extra trash. There was no reason not to. Like, you could have just got a copper trash on top of that. There's no reason not to have done that. In my opinion. Well, I don't think just in my opinion. I think that's just like straight up right. Here we're gonna have, yeah, you trigger the shuffle and then what happens? I mean, he found a monastery at least, but this is still just, you can't get that much trashing off this turn. You need to find the silver. You need to find puka and the silver to get the trashing that you want here. It's just not doing anything. Jerrydot definitely should have trashed another card, but that's okay. This one's a long game. Somebody added me. I don't know if this person. I don't know what this guy is seeing. uh I don't know how this person can. I'm trying to help this guy listen in. I don't know. I don't know how to do tech support. I can't see what he's seeing. All right, what did we end up with here? I don't know if Faithful Hound is worth taking a curse. That seems pretty questionable to me. That seems extremely questionable to me. All right, he's in. They're in. Hi, Jam Master. All right. Okay. Back to the game. Oh, Curse Gold's 2 types. That's useful. This is a nice cleanup turn for Counto. This is a bad draw for Jerry. To be sure. He didn't hit any multi-types, so he basically can't do anything at all. What to do here? What to do here? You can take Hostelry and Horse, and you can buy another Courtier. Could also go like double Chariot Race. Or like Ironmonger Hound. Suddenly things look a lot nicer for Counto. At least this turn anyway. You get to trash that copper too. This was just so bad for Jerry. Is he gonna kill a Puka? No. I would have thought about it. I don't know how many coppers they have left, but I think you're gonna Puka golds, so at some point the Puka is pretty terrible. Here you can activate Faithful Hound. It's not actually clear that activating Faithful Hound is that good. versus playing it this turn. Since you do have the villages and stuff. Doesn't actually look all that inspiring. I think you just get golden coin. I mean, it'll help next turn. I think he has a village down in there, so it's not. It'll be good to have the hound in hand, but you might have been able to do nicer stuff with it this turn. I think at this point here, the options here are basically earthing the curse gold or trashing it. I think I like race hound. Snowy hound is also okay. Double hound is okay too. That's fine. I would have been fine with any of those. For the buys there, they look all look reasonable. Yeah, somewhere things went. This is like the flip of the last game. Like somewhere things went terribly wrong for the person who looked ahead. And I want to say it was not just on draws, like it was on choices. I mean, I think this one is probably still close enough that it's not like over, but counto does have the tempo economy lead now. This is probably going to be a good turn to trash the puka. You're probably going to have enough money here that it might have been nice to have the snowy over the other hound, just for the buy mainly, because, well, the components are pretty cheap, so you probably can use 3 buys here pretty easily. I mean, you can always buy something, I guess, a couple more expensive things, but you can always not gain a gold as well to get the 3rd buy, which could be the play here. I guess you don't really want to put the gold into the shuffle that badly. I guess you're just making yourself have an ironmonger bonus, but so then you're gonna again, it's not totally clear to me whether it's better to trash the curse gold versus Earth gift it, but probably Earth gift is better. Oh, they did get buy off courtier, right? Because they had the actions, so they didn't need to do. They didn't do coin, but okay, yeah. This looks good. This all looks good. I like all this. So now it's $11, which could be like, well, various things, but I like hitting the hounds and the ironmongers. I mean, the only thing you have to be a little bit worried about is some pile outs, but they're not quite there yet. Just because the curses are low, but Yeah, that looks pretty good. Kill the puka. And I would not. I guess I can sort of see it. I don't think I would have done it, killing the silver. I mean, I can understand it. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Yeah, he has so much more money than Jerry now. It's gonna be tough. There is the action, yeah. Gives a chance to hit on this on the Ironmonger plays. The only one that really probably will matter is like coin, but does hit it twice. Should discard it. You discard gold, then you draw the chariot. You get the Ironmonger bonus again, and then you have a chariot race reveal that's very likely to hit. Or, I mean, the best chance that you're gonna get of hitting anyway. It's pretty good. It's all pretty good. I feel like someone triple chariot races doesn't move me. Jared, that's pretty good. That's pretty good a symbol. I didn't see it for a while, but no. It's not too clumsy to build past 8. You can build past 8 easy. I like the Jerrydot race. The courtier puts money in so fast. There's enough. They're so thin. I mean, counto is gonna have like $15 or something this turn. $16 easy. Do you think there's something to be said for gaining a snowy at some point? Yeah, you didn't want to reveal the gold. Iron gold, okay. I guess you could put snow in now. You have some odds of just not finding it and then having it in the start of your next hand, which is not the best place in the world. Does counto have any? No. Okay, so counto didn't hit any hounds aside here. Alternatively, you can go for like hostelry. Put a hostelry in. You could also just play the druid as Field's Gift, to be honest. Alright, so good hits there. It's not totally clear to me if you want to trash the cursed gold or not. Gives you some pile control. You also might be taking a hostelry here. I think you go province for sure. And then snowy and I don't know. You don't have the buys for this, otherwise I would think you go like a nice money amount here is Province, Hostelry, Faithful Hound, Snowy, or Cherry Race. We don't have that many buys, so that's not an option. Yeah, maybe Hound, maybe Hostelry, Snowy. We have a fair amount of Hounds. But I do like a Snowy, mostly for the buy. But for sure, Province. I guess you could Province Fairground Snowy. That's not crazy. This game is taking a while. Mm. 2 provinces. Yeah. Kill the curse gold. Yeah. I'm okay with the double province. I think I would have taken some components with one of the buys, but the issue with provinces here is just that there's a lot of alt VP, so you have to empty them to end the game with them. It's not a very good turn really though for Jerrydot. Jerrydot still doesn't have the Faithful Hounds that Counto does, so it doesn't really have the draw. Yeah. Yeah, I think the cherry races are kind of... Well, I mean, there's sometimes you can like have a little bit better knowledge with using Ironmonger. We have a little bit of deck control, so not bad, but... Alright, I'm gonna be right back. It's like here, the cherry race can hit province or gold, I think, is like the only thing tossed down in there. So that's like, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's correct on the pronunciation. So now you should actually wait here, I think, to play the courtier. You're gaining gold anyway, you should wait. You should actually just not gain gold here, because you're not going to draw it. You don't want that gold there, so you should have just taken money. Is better in that case. Yeah, that gold gain was a little questionable. I still like a snowy. So every cherry race for sure misses. I think it's less less of a thing for Jerrydot since he has 2 druids. I mean, counto could dud here. Yeah, there you go. I mean, a dud in this case is still province by. So it's not terribly duddy. Jerrydot's by the province is pretty bad, though. Like, if you're going to win this game, you're going to need... Well, maybe it's okay, I guess, in the cases where you win, like, you just need counto to dud, like, 2 turns in a row. The issue here is that counto's duds are, like, still buying province. And Jerrydot's turns aren't, like, doing much more than buying province, so he's not catching up. But here we have another sort of bad turn here for counto, which was kind of what happens when you clump all the hound. No, there's a province on top. We already know the top card. Like, Jerrydot can only double if he plays the curse gold. The issue, well, one issue for Jerrydot's gonna be that triple province is still behind in points. Do you even double here? I mean, probably not, no. I mean, the problem is, like, your window is kind of closing, so you may have needed to play for a dud, in which case you might have wanted to go for province plus fairgrounds or something like that, so that if you doubled the next turn you did win. Because, like, if Jerrydot gets the turns, they'll, you know, take double province on it or something and just be 1. counto can, I probably reverse the names there, but anyway, counto can take duchy, I guess. Or can like I guess rush down piles. That's what they're going for. See, this is the thing that's like, I think if you're Jerrydot, you probably did need to play the previous turn as if you were going to get one more turn and that was it. And so you have to be in a position to score and win. Which now, yeah, I guess you just never have the draw. It's just really hard. I don't even know if you stack the deck, if you can make it work, where you can get the 2 chariot races and score the points. Probably not. But like now it doesn't matter. Like Jerrydot will get to enough gains to empty the chariot races, probably. It's not guaranteed, but you just throw that gold away. Getting pretty close. Just keep that. Okay, that's game. Alright, so we'll see how much more action cards he plays. This is when you need the Kanye resign. It looks like he's stopping. Yeah, okay, good. They didn't play up too much. Not that it would have mattered anyway, I'm just messing around, but alright. The second game goes to counto. So we've got ourselves a match. If this does last 3 hours, which I hope it doesn't, I have to do Quarantine Cup. At that point, I guess I'll just finish commentating this one before I switch to Quarantine Cup. Another monastery board. Another Ironmonger Faithful Hound thing, I guess, possibly. The draws. It can come with Young Witch. No, don't restart. Oh, good. Counto understands. This is probably a Horn of Plenty thing. You just, the draw's a little weak, but it's cheap, so you can buy it. You can enhance here, enhance for a courtyard. And then like buy silver. I'm not gonna take a monastery on the opening here. I guess pouch helps it a little bit, but I like Jerrydot's opening. With the pouch on your 4, the options are a little different, so I'm not as clear for counto. Like for counto, I could understand courtyard monastery. Like if you get the silver with a 3, I could live with courtyard plus monastery for here for a counto. But Jerrydot's options, I prefer what he did. Okay. So they both have 5. I guess I don't know. Do you take the horn already? I mean, I guess you want 2, so. And even like 3s, there's a 3 that you're okay with gaining. So I think you can go ahead and take the horn. Counto could consider stampeding because he has the monastery, so there's more payoff for them. I think for counto you do stampede. I think for Jerrydot you just take the horn. I mean, I don't know. As you're chipping away at your coppers like this, but not your states, eventually it's going to become harder to actually draw the $5 hand. I think I like a stampede for counto because then he's going to have pouch and the monastery, and he can maybe buy another stampede or just 2 cards, you know, with the pouch. And trash a lot. So I expect either another stampede from counto or you know, whatever 2 buys. I guess you do the stampede this turn. Well, you don't want to play the courtyard. It's okay since he found silver. Yeah, I think you do stampede again, and then next turn buy a horn. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, that all was beautiful. Again, if counto is play this clean, I think he's in a 1 position already. But we'll see. I don't know how much money total they have now. Should just play the courtyard and top deck a horse. You even get to save 2 horses here, which is pretty funny. I guess the last cards are copper silver, so you have $7. So you can go like horn, horn hound or horn tracker or something. Horn copper. You get to trash a couple more coppers. There's like no reason not to play the coppers. Unless you really think you're not buying something, I guess, but oh no. No, this is too much. This time it does nothing. This is really bad. The other thing you could have done there is maybe enhance plus Ironmonger or something. Enhance a horse into horn. This stampede's really bad. Oh, he's changeling. I forgot about changeling. Amazing. I still don't think it's very good, but I understand it better because you don't have anything you want to changeling yet. You don't have the 5s. There's also no reason not to play the coppers there because Monastery can trash from play, of course. Now you don't have $5 in deck? This is weird. I'm super confused, I must admit. There's nothing to changeling, right? I am not convinced by that turn. At all. And he had such a nice thing going. Maybe he sees something. Maybe I'm missing something, and this turn will show me the error of my ways. But that looked, it looked bad to me, which I'm surprised because like the rest of the play had been so nice. Like, what are you changeling for here? I don't understand. Like, now you have to get a hob for sure by enhancing. All your changeling is a silver. That's weird. That was such a... I think what I liked on the previous, when I was talking about Horn Hound, I think I'd come around to liking enhance horse into horn and buy Ironmonger. I think is what I would have liked to see from counto on the previous turn. It's really weird. I guess the other Nocturne mix finished. See who won that. A-Libby won. A-Libby advances. See if the brackets are updated. Alright, so we're gonna have, this is our final round of 16 match. So what did he get? Courtyard silver. Yeah, I guess. They still look ahead. But Crapcat A-Libby, Sammy, Tough Ta, I have no idea how you're actually supposed to say that name. Burning Skull, winner of this, and me and B. coli. Now you need to get some ironmongers, I guess. You could probably stampede again now that you have the horns, because you can get changelings, but well, it's a little tough, right? You need I'm not sure. I kind of think you just go enhance monastery to ironmonger, gain a horn. Yeah, like I would have gained another horn there. That looked weird to me too. This is like too much draw. The courtyards. Buying another courtyard there. And you didn't add a hop, but you're gonna overdraw. Now Jerrydot's just doing all this stampede stuff like 3 or 4 turns later. Still does not have a hop himself. What are you changeling for? I don't know. This is all... Things have gone somewhat wrong. I'm trying to think what they're... It's like here we play Ironmart. What does that do? Nothing. Did he not have 5 uniques? Maybe that was the issue with the hop. I didn't think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I see. The Horn of Plenty could only gain a $4 card. So that is a reasonable reason for not taking a second Horn of Plenty with it. Probably should have saved a changeling though from the first time. But now he's got the ghost town now, so he doesn't have to have he doesn't have to play the Ironmonger. He just top deck it, I guess. Okay, well. They stampede again. Maybe it's right, I don't know. It's hard to track. Like, you're getting the changelings out of it. It's kind of hard to track. They didn't play the hop, you know, like, you're missing out on gains. It just looks weird to me. Like, the changelings have to like make up for the hop play that you're not getting over this turn and the next turn as well, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't. Jerrydot just has 1,000 changelings. I do not think you change all these changelings now. Like, for sure, I would not flip them all. He saved one. I maybe would have. kind of hard to say. He could easily dud. Easily dud. Yeah, like in here, Counto didn't top deck Ironmonger for some reason. Top decked Courtyard, and so now he's at a spot where he's going to play the Courtyard. He's not going to have 5 uniques. Well, maybe they don't care. They haven't been getting the hops anyway. Piles are getting low. Now you can top deck a Courtyard because you've got Ghost Town and you've got the other thing coming in. Hopefully they don't stampede again. I don't think is the play. Maybe. I guess it's not the weirdest thing if you're getting the 3 hops. To try and get them to play him again. It's not totally crazy. Maybe it's right. All right, I'll be back in a second. All right. What did he do? He did do the stampede again. All right, I brought the dog is in the recording studio with me now. AKA this room. All right, horn. Nobody quite has gains to pile yet. But as they lower, that'll become a bit different. Taking an estate, interesting. Interesting. Not sure about the estate. Sorry, he's bumping the mic stand. Okay, so he's got another horn in there. That's 3, 4, 5 gains, so we're not there. 6. Okay. How many unique? He doesn't have a lot of uniques, right? It's only like 6 or so. Probably 6 exactly. It's not like you're really in a position to take provinces yet. So you can get into that position. You can have a horse top deck. Like you can gain another ghost town here. You can gain, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure of Jerrydot's gains, whether you can lower the horns or not safely. That I'm not really sure. Yeah, you could consider humble as a unique, or just like, you know, gold. But you need 2, of course, so I don't know what 2 you go for. They can cost up to 6, right? Because you're probably gaining some of them with hop. Though for sure one could be a buy, so it's not totally clear. I also don't know that Jerrydot has like, if Jerrydot has very good odds of drawing everything. I'm not sure. I guess he has quite a few courtyards in there, so probably can get through. There's Jerrydot does have a changeling, so in theory Jerrydot can do the same. Top decking courtyard over horse looks so bad to me. Maybe it's not so bad given that you're probably gaining a ghost town, but it still looks wrong to me. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's right. I don't know. So the ring, because, well, if you lower, then now I think you have to score. So I think you do have to take like Ghost Town and Humble Castle. You need to score now, because otherwise I think there's a chance for Jerrydot to win. You don't have to score, you only have to score 8 points since you're second player. We should take You may just take multiple ghost towns, to be honest. Take a gold. I would take 8 gold for sure. And then maybe just 2 ghost towns and the humble. And just don't play the changeling yet. Or I guess you could do the changeling for another ghost. I don't think you need the duchy. It may just be the case that Jerrydot, kind of duds here. But I don't think you need the duchy. Unless I've missed a gain from Jerrydot, I think if you didn't lower horns anymore but did take humble, I think Jerrydot could only do the losing tie. And I don't even know if he actually has enough money to do the Ironmongers. I'm not. And now I think so. Counto did not get 8 uniques. Didn't even attempt to do that. So if he can't finish next turn, then he opens up an opportunity here for Jerrydot to go for the getting the uniques and then outscoring him with the provinces. I don't know how easy that is for Jerry, but apparently not that easy. Though he's drawn quite a bit. His state buy was, I think, always questionable. You're definitely gonna want some ghost towns. I don't think the top deck is all that important. Between those three, I mean, between the night cards and the estate, I don't know that it matters that much. Maybe there's something critical to do with the changeling right now, but so the Jerrydot only has 5 uniques. So he would have to get Ghost Town, I don't know, Ghost Town Hound Gold or Ghost Town Humble Gold, something like that. But that's, doable. I guess maybe you skip the gold since you can't horn for them. Idle is just about as good, to be honest, so maybe Idle, Humble Hound. Well, you're getting Ghost Towns for sure, so. The duchies were. But can counto end it? Counto blew up their changeling, right? But they blew it up for like just something cruddy. Just a courtyard. So now counto only has, still has 3 horns. But no longer has a changeling. So counto only has 5 gains. So you could even lower the horns. No, you couldn't do that, but anyway, you could lower, you don't have to score, I guess is the point. You can just set up for provinces and then do like 4 provinces on your next turn. If counto doesn't get the uniques, then they won't have the threat there. Oh no, Jerry. Am I missing something? I hadn't scrolled down, but I don't know why he resigned. I'm missing something. I'm like completely, maybe there was like a pile out that I didn't see, but I'm confused at the resignation. So maybe it'll be explained to me in the future. But I didn't think he was lost at all, because I don't think whatever counto did on his previous turn was very good at all. I mean, it wasn't like I thought Jerrydot was definitely going to win either. I just didn't know. It wasn't clear to me what the outcome would be if people kept playing on. Alright, we got heirlooms out the wazoo here. Can open vampire. The nice thing to open here is vampire remake, I think. Which only Jerrydot can do. Counto will have to settle for like scrap. If they, I mean, I guess you could open double scrap. You could also, I guess the vampire isn't so friendly to lamp activation, really. So maybe you don't even open the vampire, but you're missing pasture too. And I think there's another one, right? But maybe, I don't know how many heirloom cards there are. Yeah, there it is. 7. And goat, yeah. So anyway, I don't think you get, I'm trying to think what if lamp activation is even all that nice. Like, obviously it's nice, but there's not a stack of, labs or things like that to gain. Like, you almost just end up taking golds from them, which is okay, but not that exciting. So counto did go for the scrap instead of getting a 5. So we'll see how it pays off between the two approaches here. Taking the cursor not did go for the double scrap, in fact. But you're gonna have a lot of things that are pretty good to trash to scrap for quite a while, and kind of ongoing with the lucky coin as well. You may just, you might blow up the cursed gold already. Probably not, but you could think about it. There's Exorcist should be very useful here. I don't think you, again, I don't think you need to be afraid of drawing scrap. I think you go ahead and take the coin and just risk drawing the other scrap dead. Because like a 2, like it's nice to buy a secret cave here. I mean, if you're okay with buying a 5, I guess then this is fine too. But question here is whether this should be Exorcist or Remake. Yeah, I don't think you play the Cursed Gold again. I guess Vampire kind of sucks here. You know, I talked about Vampire at the beginning like it was like a clear open, but it's kind of terrible. I take it back. Like, the loot's pretty sad. Well, no, you can buy the Exorcist, so it's fine. So, like, you get a Puka. Puka's not that good. Puka's okay. This looks like a clear Exorcist. This is a nice, just messy game. You know, you're never gonna have a really good deck. Just gonna have junk in it forever and ever and ever. The only cleanish thing you can build is a spirit engine. I think that's just not that quick to come together. And you still, even if you're doing that, the payload is like pretty weak. It's just like scrap stuff. The only way to do like multiple gains. I mean, Vampire, of course, but it's interesting. Did he get a? If you get some horses into a shuffle, taking a crypt beforehand is okay. You might get a nice crypt. And crypt is pretty friendly to the activation of lamp. Secret cave. The more I think about it, the more I like an Exorcist opening. To just start getting those labs early, because it's just the only sort of clean thing you can do on this board. And I think it probably beats the mess. Yeah, and of course it's good for the lamp, but even apart from that, just because once you activate the lamp, then I don't know what you even get that's that exciting, but still good. Silver gain there is not clear to me. I don't know what this last card is for Jerrydot or for counto. Sort of important for how you decide what to do here, but or what you decide to do here, rather. Oh, did they have a second? It must be. Yep, looks right. Sacred Grove. I guess there's even some Sacred Grove hits that activate. Well, there's like one. Like if you draw the coin off it, you draw the lucky coin. Off a C's gift or a Win's gift. I guess Win won't work. It would have to be C. I guess if you have more silvers in deck, you can trash the silver, and then you could have a hit on C for silver or lucky coin. This is not gonna happen, but it is a possible. Oh, it was copper. Was the shuffle not happen with the Sacred Grove yet? Oh, they hadn't shuffled yet. I even looked at the log, but I just didn't see it. No, they hadn't shuffled yet. I would think sort of about a crypt, though it could draw very badly because there's a lot of non-action stuff in here. Nope. One short here. I don't think gaining a gold is worth gaining a curse there. Puka. I guess you just scrap this silver. I would have scrapped this silver. I think you don't really want this silver that badly, and you can get another. I mean, you can do card action horse, looked pretty nice. Imagine if this gold were a crypt now, though. Like, we'll see what this wisp draws, but it could have been potentially quite nice here. I think they're gonna have a. Well, I say that. I think Jerrydot's gonna have a hard time getting any kind of control here. I think Counto has a little better chance of it. Maybe. No, I don't like a second remake. Like, having watched the. I mean, I know I didn't say this at the start, so I'm definitely using hindsight, but from hindsight, I don't like the remake at all, really. One, two, three, four. Got it. Nice wisp. It's the activation. It might even be okay to just buy a province, to be honest. Like, you could just buy provinces, just use your wishes to gain golds, have your lucky coin play for silvers. You've got, like, you can scrap stuff that should churn you around a little bit and help somewhat. And I think you might do it. I don't think you're gonna get. I mean, for one, there's no all VP, so if you get to 4 provinces, you're just in a great spot. And then for 2, there's no like engine that Jerrydot's gonna build. I don't think I think it's okay to wait for the shuffle. So like I don't hate just taking. I think taking gold there is okay. It's fine to wait till after this shuffle is triggered. But like Jerrydot's just not. I don't think gonna put anything together. Gains another curse too. Like this looks rough. I think you go ahead and play the secret cave. Yeah. Now you have some choices. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not really sure. You don't really want all three of those cards in the same hand. The scrap, and the exorcist isn't exactly what you want, but there's a reasonable shot of getting a pretty nice, yeah, I think you will play the exorcist for an imp. I think there's I don't know if I want to kill the lucky coin at all, to be honest, but if I am gonna kill it, you do it with scrap, of course. I would have thought about scrapping the scrap instead of this, but this is fine. Just play the Grove, see what happens. There's a there's a decent chance that you can wish for a crypt in here and get pretty good value out of it. You can top deck a horse, that's cute. That's nice. Yeah, I think I'm willing to trade silver. Yeah, it's not friendly Grove. I think I'm willing to trade the silver for an imp here. Buys a secret cave, that seems okay. Yeah, like this is, especially if the wisp hits, which I don't think there's like that good odds of the wisp hitting. Like I go gold crypt here. Set aside all this treasure. Let's see if this auto message works. Okay. It appears to have worked. Alright, we got an hour until Q Cup, so we'll see if they finish in time. I'll just finish this match and just miss out on the first part of Q Cup free play, but oh, I don't like Grove at all. I don't like that Grove gain. I actually really like the line I described, which is I guess not surprising that I preferred it. It's like because this amount of money isn't even that, like $12 there was not that good. To add another secret cave is not exciting. And of course, like the Groves are pretty bad later on. You don't really want to give your opponents things. The buy's not that valuable, so like gold just looks nicer. But whatever, yeah, third Sacred Grove I don't dislike much. I don't think Jerrydot's coming back from this, but I don't like it. It looks like they're gonna finish. I mean, well, if this game goes the way I think it will, counto will win, and then that'll be the match. It's like here he has $3. That's true, you could scrap Sacred Grove. I would be fine with that. You're not gonna hit 16. Again, I don't think like hitting like 12 and stuff is that nice. Jerrydot takes another. He does the silver. The silver is kind of like, yeah, like this is like, just looks not as nice. I agree with that. You get a. I mean, they still got a horse, so. C in the C's gift is terrible. They'll win though. Yeah, I meant terrible both ways. Yep. it's like double terrible. But Jerrydot's deck is like, it has a ton of curses in it, I think, still. It's like 4 curses in it, so it's not gonna come together. And unfortunately, like, they should just wish for gold. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where as Jerrydot starts buying provinces to try to win, he really just kind of exacerbates his situation. He's sort of stuck where he can't do anything because buying provinces doesn't actually increase his chance of winning, but doing other stuff probably doesn't either. But the province is like not helping. This should be a gold. It's not particularly close with anything else. Gets to trash a copper, I guess. Jerrydot did take this guy's gift, though. I think that again is like, I don't know if he has a trasher left in here, but there's a chance the horse draws a trasher, like a remake. Isn't there 2 remakes? So isn't there another remake in the shuffle? Maybe I'm confused. But what does Jerrydot have on their crib? Just a little bit of stuff. Yeah, Duchy is even like, Duchy is even more so like something that isn't bringing you back into it. I think you just scrap the secret cave. I mean, you can go either way. You can play the secret cave or you can scrap it. Because now you just buy province, you don't play scrap. Just hit the province button. It's a good button at this point. Yeah, you can only get 6 things. Trashing something worth more than 6 doesn't do anything different than trashing something worth 6. This grove is like, okay, it didn't really help anybody. And Jerrydot resigns. This one looks resignable. The previous one did not. But alright, good games to both our players. There was some interesting boards there, and both of them did some nice things and a few of them. For sure. So hopefully commentary comes out okay. And thank you all for watching and listening. If you're interested, come play in Quarantine Cup in 45 minutes. Good times. Anyway, I will see you all later.